all the stuff people throw away completely unreasonably. For the make and model of this fan, I have Honeywell printed at the front and 2 stickers and this nameplate here that looks like this. So only 3 screws remained in this fan for the fan to be removed and needed a single screwdriver. Yeah, this one, Phillips number 2. And the fan is hard to turn because it's a little bit seized up. So when I turn it on, you can see the motor tries to kind of want to turn it, and very simple. Let's not burn it out. Let's unplug it. It's very simple business. It needs lubrication at the bearings. So let's zoom in a little bit. Here is the bearing at the front. One nut on one side and the other one on the other side will provide access to the bearing. But the lubricant will also flow if it's sprayed on the axle in this space as well. It will flow exactly where it needs to be. I removed another 2 screws, one from here and one from the opposite side there, and these 2 screws are right here. Now the whole shaft and all the lubrication points can be easily accessed. And a little bit of cleanup can be done, and it won't hurt. I've removed these 2 bolts from the back side of the motor. They are looking like this with these washers underneath the head, and very simply this part here can come off, and this is the motor shaft that needs to be lubricated as it rotates inside the bearing here. This is some absorbent material here that's supposed to hold lubricant in it and dispense it on the motor shaft just by trickling it in. Obviously it hasn't worked so well because this motor shaft is maybe not thoroughly seized, but just about completely. That's why it stopped there. So I'm gonna clean all the fluff off it, and this also is gonna be just moved up the motor shaft and cleaned underneath there, similar to the tail end of the shaft. It's gonna be just a friction fit bearing like that. Ouch, this is all the gunk that's underneath the bearing surface. So I just moved this part forward on the shaft. The fan doesn't need to be removed from the shaft. This will work just like this, and I've been using a rag like this, and very straightforward cleaning like this is all that's needed here. So about 1 minute of cleaning later, it's obvious that this is going to be rotating really easily. The motor shaft is worn out there on one half of it and not so much on the other half. So that means that microscopically this motor shaft will be wobbling up and down a little bit as it's turning. There's nothing I can do about it at this point other than lubricate it, saturate this absorbent material around the bearing, and put everything back together. I've got tri-flow to use for it. I've done this half, and I'm just gonna put some on this, as well as assemble it and lubricate it further. But this is gonna be easy to spin now. There is a small flat washer and a seal here on the motor shaft that either gets stuck to the motor shaft on the stator side or gets stuck here on the bearing assembly side. Either which way, just don't lose them. It's time to put everything back together. It's not rocket science, it fits back together very fast. The nut will be just held in place by the tab, metal tab on this bracket. So it only needs a screwdriver at the head to tighten it. To tighten it, this spring washer or lock washer needs to be flattened. So it's not a whole lot of torque, but that's an indication of how tight it should be. That's about done, just about there. line up this screw here with the hole in the housing and then tighten the screw. So all the screws are back in place. It's been plugged in and it looks like it's rotating. Now let's see if it works. Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. Just need to clean the fan blades a little bit and put the front grille on with the remaining 3 screws. I distributed these 3 screws, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock positions, and I think I'm gonna keep this fan and not give it back to Jenny and just tell her that it's beyond repair. It's a nice fan, I'm just gonna use it.